Hello, I'm Stan Johnson with the Prophecy Club. It's my privilege to introduce to you the 5 books that I think you should get to get yourself informed about the trouble that is coming up. First of all, a question. What would you do if you had to tell someone the most important information in the world, but you knew they wouldn't believe you? Well, hopefully you'd tell them. Okay, so that brings us to the second question. What is the most important thing in the world? All people, nations, and languages, every beating heart. What's the most important thing? Well, the most important thing to do is to receive Jesus. But the most important thing not to do is do not take that mark of the beast. You take the mark of the beast and you do not get soul death. You're tossed into the lake of fire, of brimstone, and you are tormented day and night forever and ever. So, if once time is all done, Jesus has returned, all the crowns, mantles, all been handed out, there's only 3 groups of people. The first group of the people are those people whose name is in the book of life. The second is those people whose name is not in the book of life, and they are tossed into the lake of fire and brimstone, but they get soul death. The third group of people are those people that take the mark of the beast. They do not get soul death. They are tormented day and night forever and ever with no hope of escape. So what do? How do you tell people about this? You get them my book. See, there's only 5 things we have to avoid, but there are 5. First 2 have to do with bending the knee. Do not worship the beast or his image. The next thing is do not take the mark, the name, or the number of the beast. 3 different witnesses say this is the mark of the beast. People have been shown this is what the mark of the beast looked like. It's in the book. This is what the number of his name looks like. This is actually a nested 666. This is the number of his name. Don't take the mark. Don't take the number of his name. Both are in the book. Miss the mark. So I suggest what you do is get this book, get it into the hands of your loved ones, because if they read this book, short, quick, easy read, they will never take the mark of the beast. You see, it explains the tribulation, the Antichrist, the beast, how deceiving the beast will be, exposes the 9 deceptions of the beast. 1 for $20, but we offer them in shrink-wrap sets of 10. Don't just get one. Get a shrink-wrap set to 10, 10 for $30, 20 for $50 at prophecyclub.com. Miss the mark at prophecyclub.com. And the next book is Tribulation, Secrets, and Daniel. Probably the most difficult book in the Bible to understand is the book of Daniel. This book explains and makes it simple how you can understand the book of Daniel. It exposes the plans of the Antichrist, how to spot the Antichrist early, what to do, his physical appearance, the sound of his voice, how he rises to power, and much more. 1 for $20, but don't do that. We offer them in shrink-wrap sets of 10. 1 set of 10 for $30, 20 books for $50. Tribulation, Secrets, and Daniel. Inside, you'll also find these 2 charts. This is linking the feasts to the prophecies of Revelation so you can understand the last days. This chart links the seals, the trumpets, and the vials all together so you can understand the last days. The next big question, probably the biggest question in Christianity, is the rapture pre-trib, mid-trib, pre-wrath, or post-trib? This book explains it. And the reason it does is because it explains the secret door. Without that, we're all lost. The secret door explains so that we can understand all of these prophecies. Also explain to you the morning star, what is the wrath of God, eternity entering into time. It answers the question, when is the rapture? 1 for $20, don't do that. Offered in shrink-wrap sets of 10. 10 for $30, 20 for $50. 10 for $30, 20 for $50 at prophecyclub.com. Next this is Dimitri Duduman. He is a Romanian pastor, smuggled Bibles into Romania and Russia, was arrested, and they tortured him for 5 months, trying to get him to tell how he got the Bibles through. They put him on the electric chair twice. As the electricity was going through his body, the whole room lit up with white light. And the angel Gabriel appeared and said, "You're not going to die. You're going to America to give them a warning from God." Well, that was 1980. 4 years later, he arrived in America. The angel came to him again and showed him California, Las Vegas, New York, and Florida. He said, "Do you see what I've shown you?" He says, "This is Sodom and Gomorrah. In one day, it will burn." He says, "How?" He says, "The angel said the fall of America will start with an internal revolution in America. Started by the communists. Some of the people will start fighting against the government. The government will be busy with internal problems. Then from the oceans, Russia, Cuba, Nicaragua, Central America, Mexico, and 2 other countries will attack and defeat America in one day, in 1 hour, so great riches will come to naught. Then God will raise up China and Japan and many of the nations. They'll go against the Russians. They'll defeat the Russians and back the Russians to the gates of Paris where they sign a peace treaty. But they make the Russians their leader. Then all the world under the leadership of the Russians goes down to attack little Israel. It's Armageddon. Israel cries for Messiah, and Jesus returns in the clouds and defeats the armies of the earth. All of this is in this book. All of Dimitri Duduman's testimony, all of his dreams, visions, angel visits, all talking about America, plus his grandson, Michael Boldea, which had the same angel coming to talk to him, Prophet Leslie Johnson, Henry Griever, Shane Warren, Terry Bennett, Marie Sklar, Augusto Perez, Doug Metzger, Bree Keaton, all of them in this book, 1 for $20, but again, don't do that. Offered shrink-wrap sets of 5. 1 set of 5 for $35, 10 books for $60 at prophecyclub.com. The next book I recommend is The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. This is the granddaddy. This is the one that helps you to understand Bible prophecy. What happened was in 2017, I memorized the book of Revelation. And to my surprise, I began to get revelations. I got 30 revelations, 2 visions, and an audible voice. Essentially, I was shown that the word first fruits is a secret door that links the feasts to the prophecies in Revelation. For the first time, we can understand the correct chronological order of the events of the last days, of prophecies in Revelation. The back flap is 2 charts. This is the chart linking the feasts to the prophecies in Revelation. This is the chart that lays out the seals, trumpets, and vials so you can understand Bible prophecy. Excellent stuff. Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. One prophetic word said there's a lock. I put over a word in the book of Revelation that I'm going to open to you. And it will turn many books written on the end times into obsolete books. That's this book. 1 for $20, but don't do that. 5 for $35, 10 for $60 at prophecyclub.com. One of each of those 5 books we offer for $60. However, the best deal of the day is get 5 of each of the 5 books for a gift of $100. 5 of each of the 5 books for a gift of $100. That means you got 5 books of each of them to give away to your other friends. prophecyclub.com. prophecyclub.com.